Hey guys, I've had a couple of people drop me an email asking how I choose my levels, bearing in mind that I only trade off the higher time frame levels of support and resistance. So we're just looking at this New Zealand dollar US dollar pair. Bear in mind it's Friday, it's non-farm payroll day today, so I'm not trading, and although the level is still really valid, price action is way too choppy and unpredictable for me to actually risk my money. So although the level is valid and I'll run through how I chose the level, I haven't actually traded it myself. Right, so you can see here on the daily chart that I've marked off this level of resistance. You can see it's been hit and rejected once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So, in my eyes, that's a very good level, especially on a daily chart. But if we're going to, look at trading this level, you might want to look for some other confluence of factors before you decide to put your money on the line, and that's completely fine. So if we just shot down to the 4-hour chart here, you can see that this is the level over here, and I'll just zoom this in. If we move across, we can see that it's not only acted as resistance to my left over there in the past, but more recently here it's been hit and rejected a few times, broke through, acted as support, and sort of this is the candle we'd be watching before we entered our trade. But now, if you didn't want to trade it directly off this level, which you would be completely justified in doing, bearing in mind that it's acted as such good resistance and support in the past, there are a couple of steps that you would want to run through using the tools that you have at hand to get some other form of confirmation that this would be a good level. The first tool obviously is going to be your Fibonacci retracement tool. So we'll just draw it from this extreme low up to the extreme high, and we'd have a look and see if there were any factors lining up with our level that would give us that added confirmation. And at this level there isn't, but at this level, at this 38.2%, is not a bad level of support. Now you can see, obviously, with hindsight being 2020, price came almost down to this on the non-farm payroll report and was rejected. But bear in mind that this is not the level that we were looking at, and this is not the candle that we were looking at. So back when we would have been plotting this, we wouldn't have known this price action. So I would have probably just said, okay, well, that's fair enough, I'll keep that in mind. But that's not what I'm looking at right now, or not what I'm looking for. So I'll plot another fib from this low up to the high and see if that marries up with our level. And you can see the 38.2% actually lies perfectly on top of that level. I mean, you can't even see the dotted line of the retracement. It's right on top of this level. So I mean, there's your confirmation right there that this is a good level to trade. But now, if you wanted to go even further, which you are of course welcome to do, the next logical step to do would see if are there any pivot points that are lining up with this level, or are in close proximity to this level at least. So let's just plot some daily pivots, and we can see here the daily S1 pivot again falls directly on top of this level. I mean, it's really, for lack of a better word, a perfect level to trade. So I would be more than comfortable putting my money on the line if it was not non-farm payroll. Although we can see that when price did spike down, it actually hit the daily S2 before retracing back up again. So it just again goes to show you that you should really have a look at all of these tools when you are marking up your charts and that for your daily play. So yeah, I mean, this is still a valid level to trade. Unfortunately, because like I say, it is Friday and it's non-farm payroll, we won't be doing it. But you can see how starting from a daily chart, marking the levels, looking for other confluences of factors using the tools that you've got available, like your Fibonacci and your pivot points, how you can identify a very respectable level to place your trade. So I hope this has been a bit informative for you, those of you guys who were struggling a little bit to find these levels. I will over the weekend do a couple more videos just showing how on a couple of other currency pairs, showing some support and resistance levels, so that'll make it a little bit more clear and a little bit easier for you. But for now, I hope that's been informative, and I'll say goodbye. As always, come sign up for our newsletter at pip2profit.com. The web address is here at the bottom of the screen, and we'll post some more videos up for you relatively soon. Until then, have a good weekend, and we'll catch up soon.